What really motivates people? For decades, we've been told that the key to motivation is rewards and punishments, the classic carrot and stick. Work harder, get a bonus, mess up, get penalized. But what if this approach not only fails in the modern world, but also makes things worse? That's the central question of Daniel H. Pink's 2009 bestseller Drive, The Surprising Truth About What Motivates Us. In this book, Pink draws on decades of research in psychology and behavioral science to show that the old model of motivation is outdated. What truly drives us, especially in today's creative and knowledge-based economy, is not external rewards, but intrinsic motivation. Welcome to 10-Minute Books, the channel where we break down the world's most powerful books into practical lessons you can absorb in just 10 minutes. Today, we're diving into Drive by Daniel Pink, a book that redefines motivation and explains how autonomy, mastery, and purpose unlock human potential. The core idea, Motivation 3. Pink argues that human motivation has evolved in 3 stages. Motivation 1 was basic survival hunger, thirst, safety. Our ancestors were motivated by primal needs. Motivation 2 is the carrot and stick system, rewards and punishments. This model powered the industrial age, when most work was routine and mechanical. Motivation 3 is intrinsic motivation, driven by our deep desire for autonomy, mastery, and purpose. This is what fuels creativity, innovation, and long-term fulfillment. The problem is that most schools and workplaces are still stuck in Motivation 2, relying heavily on bonuses, grades, and punishments, even though those tools often backfire. The problem with carrots and sticks. Pink reviews research showing that extrinsic rewards can actually reduce motivation for tasks that require creativity and problem-solving. Psychologists call this the over-justification effect. For example, in one study, children who loved drawing were rewarded with prizes. Over time, their love for drawing decreased because the reward shifted their focus from the joy of the activity to the external prize. Rewards can work for simple, mechanical tasks, but for complex or creative work, they narrow focus, stifle innovation, and undermine long-term interest. The 3 elements of intrinsic motivation. Pink identifies 3 core drivers of motivation. 3. 1. Autonomy. People crave control over their work, how they do it, when they do it, and with whom. Micromanagement kills motivation while giving people freedom, sparks, creativity, and ownership. 2. Mastery. Humans are naturally driven to get better at things. Whether it's playing an instrument, coding, or cooking, the pursuit of progress fuels engagement. The key is creating conditions where people can grow through challenge and feedback. 3. Purpose. We want to be part of something bigger than ourselves. When people connect their work to a larger mission, they find meaning and energy that money alone can't provide. Together, autonomy, mastery, and purpose form the foundation of lasting motivation. Autonomy in action. Pink highlights companies that embrace autonomy. Google famously allowed employees to spend 20% of their time on projects of their choice. This led to breakthroughs like Gmail and Google Maps. When people feel trusted to direct their work, they take more responsibility, innovate more, and enjoy their jobs. On the other hand, rigid control and micromanagement lead to disengagement. Mastery in action. Pink explains that mastery requires 3 conditions. It's a mindset. You believe abilities can be developed through effort. It's a pain. Mastery takes effort, practice, and persistence. It's an asymptote. You can never fully reach mastery, but the pursuit itself is motivating. Organizations that encourage continuous learning, provide feedback, and celebrate progress foster mastery. Schools that focus only on grades rather than growth often crush it. Purpose in action. Purpose is about connecting daily tasks to larger values. Companies like Patagonia and Tesla attract motivated employees because their missions go beyond profit, protecting the planet, accelerating sustainable energy. On an individual level, people who see their work as contributing to something meaningful are more satisfied and resilient. The 7 deadly flaws of carrots and sticks. Pink identifies several problems with overusing extrinsic rewards. 1. They can reduce intrinsic motivation. 2. They can diminish performance on creative tasks. 3. They can crush creativity. Yunes 4. They can crowd out good behavior. 5. They can encourage cheating or shortcuts. 6. They can foster addiction to rewards. 7. They can lead to short-term thinking. Instead of motivating people, rewards can trap them in a cycle of chasing the next prize without finding real fulfillment. Practical applications. So, how can we apply these lessons? Pink offers practical ideas. In workplaces, give employees autonomy, provide opportunities for learning, and connect tasks to meaningful missions. In schools, move away from grades as the sole motivator and encourage curiosity, projects, and self-directed learning. In personal life, choose goals that align with intrinsic motivation, not just external rewards. For example, instead of running for the medal, run to master endurance and experience the joy of progress. Case studies and stories. Pink shares stories of companies, schools, and individuals applying these principles. Atlassian, a software company, created FedEx Days, where employees had 24 hours to work on any project they wanted. The result was innovative ideas and higher engagement. He also points to the success of Wikipedia, built entirely by volunteers, driven by autonomy, mastery, and purpose, without financial incentives. These examples show that intrinsic motivation can outperform traditional rewards. Criticism and balance. Some critics argue that Pink oversimplifies, or that not all jobs can rely on intrinsic motivation. Routine or dangerous work may still need extrinsic incentives. Others say implementing autonomy and mastery requires cultural shifts that are difficult in large organizations. But even critics acknowledge that his core insight that carrots and sticks are limited is backed by strong evidence and has reshaped how we think about motivation. Modern relevance. In today's world of remote work, startups, and knowledge economies, Pink's message is more relevant than ever. People want flexibility, growth, and purpose, not just a paycheck. Companies that understand this attract and retain the best talent. On a personal level, the lessons of Drive remind us to choose goals that align with our deeper values. Chasing money or approval alone rarely sustains motivation. But when we align with autonomy, mastery, and purpose, we tap into renewable energy for growth. The big takeaway: Drive teaches that lasting motivation comes not from external rewards, but from internal drivers. If you want to unlock engagement and creativity in yourself, in your team, or in your kids, focus on autonomy, mastery, and purpose. The question is, are you still chasing carrots, or are you ready to harness what truly drives you? That was Drive by Daniel Pink, broken down in under 20 minutes. Which idea resonates most with you? Autonomy, mastery, or purpose? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this summary, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to 10-Minute Books, and ring the bell so you never miss our weekly breakdowns of life-changing books. Thanks for watching, and remember, the secret to motivation isn't more carrots, it's more meaning.